Hello, I'm Joseph Bedingfield, and this is my project paper or final project paper. Research question was, will flipped classroom professional development increase teacher technology integration at South Central School District during the 2016-2017 school year? The problem is the state testing. They've become more online. They've shifted from paper and pencil to online, basically becoming more of a technology test. And we've had students who miss questions not knowing the differences, what the question's necessarily asking them to do, especially at the lower levels. And teachers not really prepared to answer that question, at least for the first year of the park. But now that we're getting a little bit more comfortable, teachers need to meet students on their level with technology. Students are using more and more technology every day to communicate, and we need to meet them on their level to get them where they need to be at the end of the year. So I'm a firm believer, not only as a teacher but also a coach, that you try to meet a student where they currently are and try to give them the skills they can flourish in where they currently are, and eventually gradually build them up. So we need to do that with our teachers too, a little bit in terms of how they currently teach, and just adding a little bit at a time. Professional development hasn't changed in most districts for a long time, and they're more passive when you go in and you have a PowerPoint sometimes for a few hours, and it's not very active. At least in some of the professional developments I've been into, 12 years of teaching, and it's not really allowing the teachers to grow comfortably, or their comfortability is not really growing because they don't become very active with what they're doing or trying to learning. So the purpose is to increase active learning. I think that's the big key, is the active learning and collaboration, or collaboratively allow teachers to become more comfortable by increasing active learning time with the technology integration. A lot of people learn by doing, and that technology integration is to support student learning, to support student learning outcomes, to help prepare for the test. Awesome. A little bit about South Central. It's a small district, 775 students in the entire rural school district. 50 teachers are participating not only in the flipped professional development, but also the pre and post survey, which we'll talk about in a little bit. On my website, my portfolio, you can find my tips. It's joebedingfield.weebly.com. Show you a little bit what that looks like. We're able to log on. The instructions for the flip professional development are on a video, about a 9-minute video that they watched, and how we set everything up. We use the Google Drive to set this all up. We use Screencastify, and told them how to install it. Gave an example.
This is what I did with my time. I'm going to plan
of how to actually do a screen recording.
I need to drag this in.
And where to share the file to. These are all the integration tips that I was able to screen record myself. A lot of Google, YouTube, more popular ones, progress book tips, communication, setting up a YouTube channel, how to format the assessments more to match the state test, QR codes, smart notebook, reading and writing tips, Digo, and just obviously Nearpod, creating an online word cloud, save and edit PDFs. You know, there's over 60 videos. Edpuzzle, using the school network, um, Footage Crate for iMovie effects. It's a great website. You know, how to use Twitter in the classroom, or how I use it. Photo Flexor, Photo Canva. Just, it's really a plethora of integration techniques to use. And then also I had linked on here the ODE and technology series from ODE. And then my entire playlist of over 66 videos, it says. And basically this is where they started, and they actually watched, usually I would say most people watch 3 is what we tried to conduct the professional development on November 11th of last year. Over 60 technology integration tips were viewed before the professional developments, and we just kind of went through those. Independent variable was professional development and the number of teachers participating in the professional development. Like I said, in addition to watching this video that I just played, a little bit about this video that I just played here was the same instructions that I gave. But along with that, teachers also had to, on their own time, prepare for the day by taking a pre-survey. This is quantitative research, basically skills or techniques. So the screencasted videos demonstrated the new technology. And then dependent variable is the pre-survey and post-survey and the level of technology integration. And like I said, after the survey, they watched how to screencast and use Screencastify. So measuring the integration at South Central, we used Google Drive, and a lot of teachers submitted, you know, you could look through here, all the teachers that took the survey submitted a screencast of what they learned, which was awesome. We'll give you a preview of one here.
Okay.
I won't give you a name.
Bedingfield's videos, how to, I don't even know Bedingfield's videos, how to, I don't even know if download's the right word, but whatever. Screencastify, get that onto my desktop and into a folder, and able to use that to video record what I'm doing with you today. So first, that was the first thing that I learned. Secondly, I took Edpuzzle and was able to crop a video from Khan Academy on photosynthesis, light reactions 1, which you see. I took this video down, not that it wasn't important, it's all important, but you know, about 15 minutes, and embedded questions within the video, so to kind of use that as formative assessment.
So you get an idea of what the teacher was able to do. And the great thing about it is, since we put it in the Google Drive, that everyone had access to it, so everyone was able to learn from one another, and it's still available. And I still have teachers that come to me and think it was great that they could go back, you know, over Christmas break and see what the high school science teacher was doing, even because they don't get to talk to the high school science teacher very often, even though it's a small district, it's 2 different buildings. To see how they're using technology integration in 2 different buildings or different grade levels, and it really worked out really well. I thought, along with this Google folder, we got together at the end of the day and went through Mentimeter. If you don't use Mentimeter, you should probably start. It's excellent. It's got some cool options with you ask a question and people taking the question, like a Socrative or whatever you're using for your questions. They actually formulate all these answers into a word cloud. So like this is what the other teachers said about the professional development day, and time was the big issue, collaboration, integration, technology, efficiency, learn new technology. So these are some of the bigger words of the advantages of flipped professional development. You know, increased activity time, increased technology integration, collaboration. And it says, what do you predict will be the two main advantages to integrating the technology you worked on today? Communication, collaboration, engaging, technology integration, professional development that's engaging and differentiated, and just reinforcement. But my appendix in my paper was written out this way, and I thought this was the easiest way to do it. It's all written out in my paper, but I thought it would be nice to have a chart to see the comparisons of the answer values, and so I kind of want to go through this. In question 1 in pre-survey, it was satisfaction with the quality of professional development, and you know, overall the technology integration was pretty low. Most people were not all the way to agreeing. Only 14 teachers agreed. And then satisfaction in the quality of professional development after the fact, the post went up to 96, and the answer value was 3.44 from 2.7, so it's an increase. Like I said, 1 point for disagree and 4 point for strongly agree, and this is the average answer value. In the active professional development, a lot of people thought they were having active professional development. It was at 2.74 for the answer value. 35 net participant went up after I flipped to almost everyone, almost 100%, and the answer value was 3.28, which is above this line there, which is great. Not satisfied with technology integration. 36% was not satisfied with the technology integration taught previous professional developments. This is on the pre-survey, with 2.6 being pretty low there. And then teachers who learned a new tool, 100%. You took away something, and 3.46 answer value, with they strongly agree being the correct answer, more so than agree. Teachers who would use more technology in the classroom if given more professional development on how to integrate it, 84% were hungry for technology integration, according to the pre-survey. And then on the post-survey, teachers indicated that flipped professional development is something they would be willing to do in the future. 96% of the teachers wanted that pedagogy in our professional development. 3.32 was the last one I want to show you here. Technology integration tool, screencasting, is what I consider a tool. You can have students do it, you can do it as teachers, and 96% of teachers were considering using it in their classroom. That's tremendous. Another informal, I didn't do this, but my instructional coach that we have in the district put this together. She showed me these questions, and you see, would you try it again? How was the particular format beneficial for you? And then what was the best takeaway? If we integrate the flip concept into some of our PDDAs, are there adjustments in the day? So a lot of them were positive. You can see that this is very informal, but it was nice to kind of flip through. I won't flip through all of them, but you can flip through them here on our webpage. Our webpage right here under reflections, you go full screen and flip through them. If you limitations was obviously teaching experience. New generation of teachers are more comfortable with technology integration. Location threat. Surveys conducted online. Each participant can take the survey, especially the post-survey, in any location. Because we didn't all meet again months later at the same time. We just sent it out and said, please take this. So I was very happy with the results because it was months later, and it showed a little bit, of how they felt, even months later. Implementation threat. will also be limitation because we'll have multiple teachers trying to implement different strategies at different times with different locations throughout the school district for different content areas. And we have data collector bias attitude towards me as a colleague in the same building. So sometimes people are just, helping you out or whatever. But for the most part, I think our teachers are very honest and will let you know. And I think the biggest takeaway is our instructional coach actually changed the format of our January PD to more of a flipped online. That helped her out with that a little bit as well. She thought it was so positive from these reflections that, and it added so much more time to the teachers' days that they could actually do something with what they learned. She really liked that, that she saw value in it and kind of said that this is the way we need to be doing our professional developments from now on. So we'll flip professional classroom development. We'll flip classroom professional development, increase teacher technology integration in South Central School District during the 2016-2017 school year. I would say it most definitely did, and it was very, very positive.